What do you think of when you hear the phrase video games? Video games, that phrase might bring up thoughts on violence and distractions from school. It can have a strong negative connotation attached to it. People often focus on these perceived negative effects video games have on those that play them, but don't take a moment to look at the positive influences video games have on individuals and entire communities. Video games are a platform that people of all shapes and sizes can use for whatever purpose they need. They can use video games as an escape from the hardships of life, as a way to learn or reinforce ideas that they actually do want to learn. They can use them as a way to form new relationships or strengthen existing ones. Video games have influenced people in countless ways. People are affected and shaped by video games without even realizing it every day. I want to exemplify this point through an example in my life. My love of video games helped me connect with some of my best friends, who I'm still in contact with, and eventually led to my discovery of my passion for making films. Ever since I can remember, I was playing video games. I grew up in the early 2000s, and video game technology was really being improved upon at a crazy accelerated rate. I remember my dad bringing home the original Xbox. Yeah, I know, I was an Xbox kid. Don't judge me. I was probably no older than 5. He bought it, quote-unquote, for the kids, although I think he got way more use out of it in the first few years than my sister and I ever did. So fast forward a few years to middle school, I still really like playing video games, and my friend from a scout camp out pitched this game to me called Minecraft that he started playing, and I could not believe I had never heard of it before. I reluctantly convinced my parents to let me buy it, and I started playing and was instantly hooked. I did so much research on the game and just wanted to be the best I could at it. And this is how I ultimately discovered YouTube and a small group of creators called the Yogscast. And with the whole YouTube thing, I know people ask the question, why don't you just play the game yourself? Okay, well, I have that same question for everyone who watches sports all the time. Also, it's really tough to play computer games on your laptop you got in elementary school for the sole purpose of typing one-page papers. Not much computing power. And YouTube allowed me to see what was possible, and I was almost playing vicariously through them. Anyways, I started watching a modded Minecraft series that the Yogscast were finishing up, and I really liked their group dynamic. And they started a new series, and I just kept watching. They always looked like they were having a lot of fun, and I really wanted to experience that joy playing together with the community, and I felt like a small part of the Yogscast fan community. A little side note, I got to meet them. Here are some pictures. Pretty cool. Around this time, I joined cross country, and I met some of my best friends who I still talk to this day. One day, we got to talking and discovered we all really liked playing video games. We found out we all played Minecraft, and I kind of pitched the idea of recording ourselves doing a modded Minecraft series for YouTube. We were young and thought it'd be awesome to get famous on YouTube, so our little group, the BlueButterBagels, were born! Later that week, we all hopped on a Skype call, which was a nightmare in itself, before Discord was a thing, and we jumped on a modded Minecraft server that I whipped up, and oh my gosh, was it the worst thing in the world. I was still on that crummy laptop. Everyone on the server was lagging. My laptop sure as heck could not handle running the game, Skype, the recording software, and the server. And also, I was using some cheap recording software I found online from some probably sketchy website, and it only recorded it in 10-minute chunks and didn't tell you when it stopped recording. I also had no idea what editing was. I didn't really realize you could put together 2 clips. I was just uploading these raw 8 to 9 minute clips, and looking back, it was honestly crazy anything got up on that channel. After about 5 episodes, we kind of called it quits, and even though it kind of appeared probably awful from everything I just told you, I still really had a lot of fun, and it did honestly strengthen my relationship with my friends. So, a couple years later, further down the line, I bought a beast of a computer, and I'm actually editing this project on it right now. I also discovered what editing was, and found that Windows came with a free editing software, Windows Movie Maker. My friends and I still gamed pretty regularly, and I brought up the idea of continuing the BBB, the Blue Butter Bagels. We decided to try again, and we actually made videos pretty consistently for a few months. I was still the one doing all the recording, server maintenance, editing, and channel upkeep, but honestly, no matter what I told my friends, I really didn't mind. I really enjoyed doing the editing and learning the software. I would spend hours looking up tons of YouTube tutorials on learning the different programs, how to edit in Movie Maker. It was just so much fun exploring. And soon I kind of found myself limited by Windows Movie Maker itself. and decided to buy my first editing software, which was a huge step in my journey to where I am today. And I bought Magic's Movie Edit Pro 2015, and it was by no means perfect. It was still cheap. I was still poor in high school. Still a poor college kid now, but it's all good. But it allowed me to do so much more with my edits. I explored using 2 video perspectives and multiple audio tracks. It was a lot of fun, and I still edit to this day. Unfortunately, life got busy again. You know how it goes. I found I couldn't edit as many videos with school. I had to focus on my AP math and science courses, and soon the BlueButterBagels died off again. My friends and I still had this bond from gaming and creating all those videos that we still share. I do believe that it strengthened our friendship, and I don't know where we would be without it today. Video games did that. So soon we started looking towards college. We were definitely nervous about kind of splitting up. I didn't really know what the future would hold. I was accepted to Penn State for mechanical engineering, and my other friends were still towards home. My friend Daniel's love for video games actually helped him choose his career path. I'll let him tell you a little bit about what he wants to do.
So for me, I remember back a couple years ago when I was playing this one game called Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. I'm not sure if you ever play that game, but there's this one part of it where if you're actually able to get outside the map, you're able to find the secret teleporter, and it takes you to this level called the Insomniac Museum. And it was from this that finally hit me. I'm like, hey, people make these games. People are actually designing them, putting all the time and effort to make the world, to be able to develop all the parts that actually go into making it into the game. Because in that museum, you're able to see all the stuff that didn't make it into the game. And that's the kind of stuff that, for me, got me started really into them. Not just playing games, but also making them. And that's why right now I'm actually in college at the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design in my digital media major. That way I can actually do environment art. That's really what I want to do. I want to be the person who's designing the worlds, really going in, modeling the assets, making the textures, getting everything all set up. That way the player can actually go through the environments.
I, on the other hand, saw myself going down a path I did not really want to pursue. I was doing fine in my engineering courses, but I couldn't see a future where I was really happy pursuing this. I kind of had an aha epiphany moment one day, and it just made sense to pursue a degree in film. I really love making videos. I kind of discovered this secret passion through making video game, YouTube, goofy videos, and I just really like being creative with editing and constructing funny videos. And I also just like movies, like the Marvel and Star Wars movies. It just seemed to make sense. So I eventually switched from engineering to film and video with so much support from my family, especially my mom and dad, shout out, and my friends from the BlueButterBagels, and I've honestly loved it ever since. I still play video games with my friends from home. In fact, I've procrastinated so much on this project because I've been playing video games with them. And I've also, over the years, recruited them to help me make some pretty cool videos to hone my production skills. Video games have a unique way of connecting people in my experience, even over large distances. And I think it's in the design of games. Sure, you can connect with people over movies you've watched or books you've read, but when you play a game with someone, you are physically determining the outcome of that game. There's sort of a special bond with this because of the nature of video games, how they're interactive. You don't really remember conversations, in my experience, about a movie you saw with someone, but I will never forget the shared memories I have with my friends from gaming and from just goofing around being kids as the BlueButterBagels. I know for sure that if I had not played video games, I would not have found this passion. I would probably be stuck pursuing a degree in something I'm not passionate about, stuck in a career that I don't think I would be able to escape from. I would not be living a happy life without video games. That was a long way to say that.